You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
I'm Jordan Klinger, an attorney at McIntyre Law. The decision to hire an attorney after you've been injured is important. The decision on who to hire is even more important. At McIntyre Law, we will settle a case if the offer to our client is fair. Partial justice is no justice at all. At McIntyre Law, we are committed to obtaining full justice for our clients. Contact McIntyre Law at 405-917-5200 or visit us at mcintyrelaw.com.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real life fighters, the real life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes, because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I only have a certain budget.
No problem. Right now at the LASIK Vision Institute, get 20% off LASIK when treated in April. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes, plus guaranteed financing options. So visit getlvilasik.com today to start your journey towards 20/20 vision. Must mention this promotion and be treated in April of 2024 to qualify. 20% off standard price of wave light procedure. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Go to getlvilasik.com for details. At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I'm so busy right now.
We offer a mix of convenient days and times, including 30-minute virtual appointments to fit your schedule.
I would love it, but I have astigmatism.
We treat thousands of patients with astigmatism every month with great outcomes. The LASIK Vision Institute is making your journey towards 20/20 vision all about you. So visit getlvilasik.com today to start your LASIK journey.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you.
Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the #1 way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
And we are your opening act for the evening for Chat Lives Matter Night, right here live on KLRMradio.com. I'm Rick, she's Daisy, this is whatever. And we have, as far as I know, full lineup for the night, as long as my fuse doesn't burn out. Ordy says he's up for Rick and Ordy later tonight, so we'll see, but I'm running on 3 hours sleep, so I may crash soon, I don't know. 3 hours sleep and lots of caffeine, that's me today. Anyway, so how are you, Stacy?
I'm great. I'll be Rick for Rick and Ordy.
Oh, if Ordy knew how to produce.
I'm not sure it'll be the same because I don't know anything about CERN, but.
Oh no, CERN. We normally talk more about CERN and stuff on Juxtaposition Night. Rick and Ordy's just kind of a general shoot the shit kind of show.
Okay. Well, we can talk about the pineapple pizza grilled cheese sandwiches I'm making.
Oh, see, that would probably get you stabbed by the Amish. I'm just saying.
You'd have to catch me first.
Oh, did you say pineapple pizza grilled cheeses? Is that what you said?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I have found this Facebook page that makes all kinds of crazy grilled cheese sandwiches, and I'm going to make them all. There's a jalapeno popper one. There's a blackberry and brie one.
I saw that.
Yeah, all kinds of crazy ones.
I saw a maple bacon glazed donut grilled cheese that actually kind of sounded intriguing, but I don't know if I think I might go into diabetic shock if I tried it though.
Well, there's a Facebook page that everyone should follow. It's called Food in My Beard.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm a big fan. It has some crazy stuff in it, but I would also like to, because nobody really likes to go on Facebook anymore. I do it for the reels and the gardening tips and the sourdough stuff. But one of my favorite new Facebook series is Nick Searcy's Adventures in Homesteading.
I did not know he was doing that. I'm going to have to go find that.
Nick has left California. I'm not sure where he has settled, but it appears to be some family piece of property with a house and a lot of land. And he's got a sitting mower, and he is just one homesteading motherfucker. And it's evident he has not done such things in a while. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to go find that now.
It's just on his page, but yeah. I love Nick. I think Nick is great. Apparently he has a book coming out, or it's out. It's called, let's see, Justify This, A Career Without Compromise. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Nick, you can go get his book. But he's always been one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he's always been one of my favorite people, too. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that I'm alive, so there's that.
He's always been very nice to me, but what I really love about his April 8th video is he's wearing a Giants hat. I did not know he was a Giants fan, so now I love Nick even more.
Boo. Giants.
What?
Boo. Giants.
What?
New York sucks. In all fashions.
New York sucks, but I'm from New York. You remember this about me, right?
I remember this, which is why I'm pushing your buttons, but boo on Giants. I'm just.
Whose life am I making heck?
Everyone?
How am I making Raptor's life heck?
I don't know. It's Raptor. I mean, he seems like, I don't know. I got nothing. I'm too sleep deprived, so I'm going to bite my tongue.
Okay, I'm Raptor. I'm sorry I'm ruining your life. I didn't know I had that kind of power. Okay, so it appears Dearborn, Michigan, I see Alex in the chat, has become our first shithole country. Is this accurate?
Gretch. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Our first no-go zone.
Pretty much. Al, I think.
Like, what the fuck? I mean, there's areas of Minneapolis where Ilhan Omar is from that are no-goes too. But, yeah, I mean, like, I'm watching this guy who speaks perfect English, has probably never lived in a Middle Eastern country his entire life, leading this protest. He's like the primo example of the second generation problem. Like, your parents came here for a better life. You turned around, looked home, saw something that you think is amazing, maybe a purpose that you didn't find in this land of abundance, and now you're going to turn around, look in the rearview mirror, and support the 8th century idiots that your parents ran away from. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
We only do an hour show. I don't think I have time to list everything that's wrong with those people.
Yeah, I know. It's a long, long list. And yeah, but I mean, it's just, seriously, the guy in that viral video talking about Imam Khomeini, do you think he ever lived anywhere but these United States of America?
No, I can guarantee you he did.
I mean, did you see the little girl that Dr. Phil and the son of the founder of Hamas ripped a new one? Yeah. Like, you don't even know for what you speak of. Like, anybody in this country on a college campus who is supporting Hamas, my little Hamasniks, they have no idea the tribal nonsense that goes on behind that one supposedly unified front, who are only unified in one thing, and that is their hatred of the Jews.
The Jews! Oh, wait, sorry, my bad.
The Palestinians, as our friend Joseph has explained to us, are exiled Syrians, Lebanese, and Egyptians who were supposed to defeat Israel back in the day and lost, and nobody wants them back. And all they are to the Arab world, the Arab Muslim world, is a symbol of Arab blood being spilled for Iranian and Persian purposes. Like, nobody gets any of this. Like, even our own State Department. And Egypt and Saudi Arabia and Lebanon don't really want a ceasefire with Hamas. They want Hamas destroyed. Okay? Lebanon is 70% Palestinian. The Hashemite dynasty hangs on by a thread. They don't want their heads on pikes, so publicly they support Hamas. They want them destroyed just as badly as the Israelis do. The Saudis want them destroyed just as bad as the Israelis do. The UAE does. Egypt won't even open a door and let one in. Okay?
Egypt built a wall to keep them out.
Egypt built a wall to keep them out. Yes, exactly. And it said we will not. The Egyptian government said we will put 1 million soldiers on this wall to make sure not one Palestinian crosses. They said that after October 7th.
That's because none of them over there, other than Iran, actually wants to fuck with Israel. They remember what happened during the 6-Day War. They remember what happens pretty much anytime anybody decides they're going to try to go toe-to-toe with Israel, which is...
The only reason the Saudis did not join the Abraham Accords post-Joe Biden's election is because he and his idiot foreign policy derps started talking about his two-state solution again. The Saudis don't want that. They want all the economic ties. They want all the economic benefits that the UAE is reaping right now. They want all of that. And they understand that the real threat to them is Iran, not Israel. But they're not going to do it as long as Joe Biden is doing, everything will be solved if we give the terrorists more power. What?
Oh, durka. About how I feel about all this shit right now.
Okay, we did that in 2005, and this is what happened.
I pardon me. I wish I had more reach on X because I keep trying to tag Preezy Puddinhead. And I'm like, hey, how come October 7th wasn't ceasefire enough? You know, he's literally done pretty much everything other than he himself or sending Heels Up Harris to go to Qatar and try to blow Hamas's leadership to try to get them to take a peace deal.
Why are we putting the screws to Qatar?
I don't know.
Why are you harboring these people?
Well, I mean, come on. Joe Biden didn't want to do half the things that Barack Obama wound up doing while he was president. He tried to put the brakes on pretty much everything Obama tried to do related to Iraq and Afghanistan, because he's always been one of those sit on your hands and wring them kind of people, and that hasn't changed, and that's one of the biggest issues with Joe Biden.
Oh, no, he's just been one of those pay me and I'll do whatever you want people.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that much is true.
Pay me and I'll let you fly a balloon moon over our places so you can figure out that if you hack a ship and run it into this bridge, it's going to screw us over. Yeah, things like that. Do you remember in January of 2020, I was doing a podcast with a gentleman named Michael Loftus, and we laid down the gauntlet. That day, we were in 100% agreement. We are going to find out this did not come from a wet market. It came from the Chinese biolab, and it was being developed as a bioweapon. How correct were we?
1,000%. And it's now...
I'm putting the gauntlet down now. We are going to find out that that ship was hacked, so was the other near miss, and that is what China and Iran are trying to do to blow our infrastructure, pin in our military, and kill our supply chain. We are all going to find that out some point in the future. I can't tell you when, but this did not happen by accident. This was not an accident. And since I'm like just going full tinfoil hat here, you should go see my TL with some idiot PhD telling me about Ukraine.
Well,
Diane and I were having a ball.
I think I just found the perfect sound effect for anytime anybody talks about tinfoil hat. I'm going to find Alex Jones yelling about fluoride making frogs gay and make that the clip I play every time.
It does make the frogs gay. Well, it makes them hermaphrodites. He was close enough.
I didn't say he was wrong. That's the scary part. Dude has actually been right more often than he's been wrong. Now, granted, there were a couple times he's been super wrong and had to pay a shit ton of money for it, but he's still been right more than he's been wrong. It's kind of scary. Yeah, I wish I could find it, because Al did a great impression of him that he called Phalanx Bones. I can't find it anymore though, because I would so have it was like a 30, 45 second thing if I remember right. I would so have that loaded as an effect if I could find it, but I've already had him send it to me like twice, and I keep losing it, so I'm gonna quit bugging him about it, because I'm like, how do I keep losing this shit? It's on the same hard drive. I don't understand why I can't find it. But anyway.
I have a PSA.
Which one?
If you have an OnlyFans page and you like a tweet of mine from like 3 years ago, and I click on you, and that's the link in your bio, you're just getting blocked.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Like, you're always sus when you're picking up tweets from a couple years ago anyway. But, yeah.
All I'm going to say about OnlyFans accounts is if you see one named Dadbot,
Oh my god!
If you see one named Dadbods and Small Routes, just ignore that one. I'm just saying.
Oh god! I just clicked on someone's bio.
Why would you do that?
Because of my cursor hovered by accident and it just happened to pop up.
Why would you do that?
Paul E. Peptide, bourgeoisie norm, follows me. Necrophobic software developer mocking the degenerate anti-American left. Note, the only woman who ever had a penis was Lorena Bobbitt.
Oof. Okay, I may have to go find them now.
Oh, that gets a follow. Hello, Paul Peptide.
Oh, you just made my co-host snort laugh on the air, sir.
Social media is great.
And sometimes it's a cesspool. 50-50 shot.
Sometimes it's a cesspool, and boy, I got all of the bots today.
Oh. They do seem to be coming out in force lately.
"19 Republicans voted with Dems to kill the renewal of FISA and warrantless surveillance on Americans." Good.
I was going to say, isn't that a good thing?
Mm-hmm. Greg Stube, Chip Roy, Matt Rosendale, Scott Perry, Andy Ogles, Ralph Norman, Corey Mills, Nancy Mace, who's crazy, Anna Paulina Luna, who's very bizarre, Clay Higgins, Paul Gosar, Bob Good, Matt Gates, who still does not get forgiven, Eli Crane, Michael Crowd, Tim Burchett, Lauren Boebert, Dan Bishop, and Andy Biggs.
So my question about that, though, is I just watched Marjorie Taylor Greene making the rounds and yelling at Speaker Johnson about still trying to go forward with figuring out how to get FISA passed, And apparently she voted for it this time. So what the hell is she bitching about?
Marjorie Taylor Greene is just...
I mean, everybody seems really surprised that former president...
She's consistently inconsistent. How's that?
Well, yeah. She and Matt Gaetz both, but... Pardon me. The thing that...
I gotta understand why Democrats are voting against it, though. It's their boys in the deep state that want all these warrantless searches. Cooper, stop eating her face.
With what they did to shore up Congress critters and other people in government to make sure that they couldn't be FICA'd, I'm kind of surprised anybody voted against it.
Well, it's not, I listened to that. It's not so much that as there is a notification requirement. It's not that they are not going to pick up their communications. They just have to tell them so that we don't have another situation like Carter Page. And it's not just Congress critters. It's people involved in political campaigns. It's to keep FISA out of the political process. So, I mean, that should happen anyway, in my humble opinion. That's like a step beyond getting a warrant in my mind. But anyway, it's just ridiculous to me that this is even a conversation and only 19 Republicans voted against it, but the Democrats voted with these Republicans against it makes me a little suspicious just because it's their surveillance state at this point. They're the ones that weaponize it, not us. Well, so what are Republicans even thinking about? Like, does MTG think she's not being spied on for some reason?
Well, the only thing I can think of is that at this point, the rank-and-file Democrats are just about as scared of Joe Biden and that administration as we are. So they're trying to limit his power for now. It's about the only thing I can think of.
I don't even see that, though. Like, I literally don't get it. Maybe I wasn't following the fight, like, enough. I'm not sure. But it makes zero sense to me that Democrats are voting against it because they're the ones that are using it. I mean, the whole Russian collusion hoax was developed and pushed for years to benefit Democrats.
Yeah, well, those people also have figured out how unpopular FISA is as a whole, so they may have voted that way to try to keep their seats.
I don't think most of their voters are smart enough to know what FISA is or to be scared of it. I mean, I don't know. It just makes I must not have followed what the actual stuff going on was close enough. But the other thing nobody's talking about is Comer's move to try to get only citizens counted in the census for apportionment.
Yeah, which is actually a really smart move, but Democrats are going to hate it. And it should be that way, to be honest. I mean, this is the same reason why we had a 3/5 clause, was to make sure that people that technically weren't able to vote didn't help change the weight of voting. That's kind of the whole point. So, I mean, it's a smart move. It's never going to happen, but it's a smart move. Democrats won't let it happen. Did I lose you? Oh, no, I hear you.
Oh, no. When was this? Oh, November 8th, 2023. Why are we re-upping that? Oh, it's top, not latest. That's why. Okay. But, yeah. 193 Republicans voted yes.
Which proves yet again that Republicans suck. Yeah, let's spy on Americans. But, you know, I think a lot of them probably voted for it because it was all done under W, so they see it as, you know, it's a Republican stakeholder or some shit. I don't know. I got nothing. I really got nothing. I was honestly surprised that it didn't wind up passing, especially when I figured out they put that notification clause in there. I was like, this is all just gravy to try to get them to vote for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I was trying to read something to see if I could come up with a reason for what I just witnessed. with this, but I can't. So,
well, I was going to say, well,
more to learn. More to learn.
Oh, so did you hear about NPR's little meltdown over the last couple of days?
I didn't hear it, except I saw somebody from NPR wrote an article like how we lost the trust of Americans.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. You did.
One of their top editors put out a self-penned article yesterday explaining how NPR has lost touch with the American people, and then the NPR staff tried to put him up on a cross today.
Oh, good.
So,
like literally or figuratively?
Figuratively.
Okay, you can never tell with these people, so I have to ask.
Yeah, they tore him apart today, and one of the people that was talking about it was like, I am so glad that I work somewhere where there are other people that look like me that work here, and that wasn't a thing before until recently. And I'm like, you realize that has nothing to do with your job, right? Your job is to report the news.
Well, and you're taxpayer funded, so you should look for the truth, not to push an agenda.
Yeah, that makes too much sense, though. Oh, I don't know. It's all just weird. I mean, seeing somebody within NPR who actually tried to go through channels and tried to say, hey, I think we have an issue because, we have pretty much entirely left-leaning people, and this is coming from a left-leaning person who was ignored and then decided to be his own whistleblower and put out the article, and now they're trying to basically tear him to shreds and talk about how DEI is a good thing and how they're trying to do equity and inclusion and all that, and I'm just like, this has been my stance for the last couple of days since this story broke. From now on, when you hear somebody talk about inclusivity, ask them how many conservative friends they have if they're not conservative. Especially if there's somebody in academia, ask them how many Republican professors they have on staff, because I guarantee you there's almost none. And if they're in journalism, you definitely need to ask them, well, if you're so inclusive, where's the conservative viewpoints? Because we all saw how that went. I mean, hell, fucking Rona McRomney's not even considered a conservative, and she was run out on a rail from NBC before she ever even got to do a single story.
Well, and as somebody pointed out, it's especially like odious because that was part of Vivek Ramaswamy's rant, right? He was like criticizing her the day after we lost in 2023 all over the freaking country. He was criticizing her because there he is at a debate being asked questions by Kristen Wexler and what's his nuts? Can't remember who was the other moderator. Doesn't even matter. But she cut a deal with NBC to ask Republican candidates questions that no Republican NBC when she gets canned, and they canned her.
Are you traveling again?
Yes.
Yeah, you're outrunning the range on your earbuds or whatever, because we're wormholing again.
Or my dog peeing.
That's all right. While you're getting yourself squared away, we're pretty much about on the hour anyway, so we'll go ahead and take a break so people don't have to hear the wormhole. All right, we're pretty much there anyway, so we'll be right back. Still got about 30 more minutes left. Well, counting the commercials, we still have about 30, but it's about 26, 25, somewhere around there. I don't know. Too tired to do math. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Whatever I choose, and I'll sing the bluesy fly walls. I'm free to say whatever I like if it's wrong.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
I'm Jordan Klinger, an attorney at McIntyre Law. The decision to hire an attorney after you've been injured is important. The decision on who to hire is even more important. At McIntyre Law, we will settle a case if the offer to our client is fair. Partial justice is no justice at all. At McIntyre Law, we are committed to obtaining full justice for our clients. Contact McIntyre Law at 405-917-5200 or visit us at mcintyrelaw.com.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real-life fighters, the real-life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I only have a certain budget.
No problem. Right now at the LASIK Vision Institute, get 20% off LASIK when treated in April. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes, plus guaranteed financing options. So visit GetLVILASIK.com today to start your journey towards 20/20 vision. Must mention this promotion and be treated in April of 2024 to qualify. 20% off standard price of wave light procedure. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Go to GetLVILASIK.com for details. At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I'm so busy right now.
We offer a mix of convenient days and times, including 30-minute virtual appointments to fit your schedule.
I would love it, but I have astigmatism.
We treat thousands of patients with astigmatism every month with great outcomes. The LASIK Vision Institute is making your journey towards 20/20 vision all about you. So visit GetLVILASIK.com today to start your LASIK journey.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you. See you, see you.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
And we are back. We are live, and Stacy's currently living through the saga of Beowulf with her dogs. Just kidding.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, we're back. We got about half the show done, half more to go. Don't forget, coming up next, as long as this weather holds, we'll have the Conservative Curmudgeon, then as far as I know, followed by the Ladies of the Red Wine. And then, if I'm still awake, we'll do a Rick and Orty. But anyway, we're back. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And, yeah, so where else do you want to go? What else is grinding your gears, as my good friend Orty asks me when I don't know what I want to talk about.
Well, I don't know. What else did I put in the tweet? I put stuff in it.
Oh, hang on. Let's go look. I'm pretty sure I was tagged.
I had ideas, and then I went off on a tangent because I'm me.
Quintessential's the next podcast this week. States' rights are a thing, staring down World War III and WTF Dearborn. So we seem to be doing them in reverse. So we started with Dearborn. I guess next up we can either tackle World War III or states' rights. Where do you want to go next?
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently either Tehran has shut down its airspace or it hasn't.
Well, you know.
It's trending on Twitter. They're shit-talking Israel at this point because Israel killed some Iranian general in Syria. So if you don't want your generals killed, get them out of Syria.
Well,
if you're going to put them in a war zone, your enemy combatants are going to kill them. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, man.
What?
So there was this just came across my feed as breaking. Apparently, there is a mass shooting at an EID event in Philadelphia.
At a what?
It shows breaking, but it says 4 hours ago. I hate it when it does that shit. So apparently there was EID, which is some Muslim holiday. I don't remember what it stands for.
Oh, yes.
But there was apparently
Eid Mubarak or something like that. Yeah, it's the end of Ramadan.
Eid al-Fitr or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But apparently there was an event in West Philadelphia left multiple people injured and several individuals in custody after a mass shooting event.
They shoot each other?
Apparently.
Fabulous.
They apparently recovered at least 4 firearms from the scene. The motive behind the shooting remains unclear and is currently under investigation.
Because not all Muslims like each other.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Muslims actually go to war with each other.
Oh, I know.
Well, you and I know that, but nobody on the left understands that. Because a Muslim's a Muslim's a Muslim.
Yeah, they seem
just like a black is a black is a black, and Hispanic is Hispanic. It's just like there's no difference between a Puerto Rican and a Mexican. None.
Well,
and certainly no difference between a Brazilian, a Puerto Rican, and a Mexican.
Well, a black is a black is a black unless you don't vote for Joe Biden, then you ain't black. So.
I know, but like this is where the Democrats fall apart, right?
I don't
like. No, Iran and Saudi Arabia, they're both Muslim. They don't like each other, just like Iraq and Iran didn't like each other for a really long time. Like, Muslims kill each other on the reg, guys. So,
well, I mean, so they're
just dying for this to be a white Trump supporter that opened fire at this event.
Well, I mean, so here's the issue that I can't seem to make anybody understand that actually wants to pretend for 5 minutes that they want to have a logical discussion about all this. So there are different sects within Islam themselves, or Islam itself, which constantly fight with one another. Then you have the fact that most Islamists are Middle Eastern, which are a bunch of separate tribes, and as already referenced in, for those listening, I played it last week, and also we played it on Jen and Rick last week, the clip from Dr. Phil where the son of one of the Hamas founders was like, you have no idea what you're talking about, and if it wasn't for Israel, all these people would be trying to kill each other because they don't like each other. So it goes all the way back to Sun Tzu. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and that's part of the reason why they have all banded together, because as far as they're concerned, Israel and America both have to go, and now we've imported so many of them that I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the next time it happens. Hell, they just stopped like a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid who tried to go lone wolf the other day, who said he just wanted to do jihad because he was tired of looking at all the bullshit. I mean, this is the America we live in now. We have created this mess in our complacency, and we've created this mess because we keep voting with emotions rather than looking at things logically, and it's just stupid. That's why this whole abortion argument is pissing me off, because we have so many other problems right now. We can fight this battle later. We need to be focusing on fixing the border, because, and you said this on off air, and then I'll let you go back on it in a second if you want, but one of the things that you said before we actually opened the show was that there are so many different things that encompass actually being pro-life that nobody's talking about right now because we're all fighting over abortion.
Oh, yeah. Like, pro-life really needs to expand its definition. We need to be against what's going on up in Canada with assisted suicide. Like, that's a pro-life position. Young children with mental disorders should not be able to kill themselves.
Dude, yeah,
with help. That just should not happen. That is a very pro-life position. So we should be fighting that. We should be fighting vaccine mandates. We should be fighting for bodily autonomy. We should be fighting for the unborn. We should be fighting for the elderly. We should be fighting for a whole host of issues that we don't even include in the definition. It is all, if you are pro-life, it just means you are against abortion. It really needs to mean more than that. We should be against the co-opting of our federal agencies by Big Pharma because they do not have your interests in heart. We should be against the accreditation agencies in healthcare that are owned by Big Pharma and in bed with Big Pharma and push the agenda of our co-opted agencies because they just put everybody on plans of care that have no clinical research backing. You're a name and a number to them. You're not an individual with individual needs. If you're pro-life, you should be knee deep in the healthcare debates. And nobody considers that. If you're pro-life, you should have applauded President Trump with his right to try orders for new drugs and terminal illness. Like, all of this should have been part of it.
I mean, speaking of weaponization of agencies, there's one that nobody talks about, and I don't really understand why. Because our own FDA has been weaponized against us because they're approving shit and putting it on our shelves that we know is causing cancer. We know it. And they're being allowed to do it anyway.
Well, I mean, it's just... So this gets back to my whole other point. States' rights is a thing. Guys, I don't know who needs to be reminded of this, but when Alito wrote Dobbs, part of the justification for the Dobbs decision is there is no the constitutional is silent on the issue of abortion. There is no constitutional issue there. Therefore, it falls under the 10th Amendment, and it's up to the states. Like, why are we having, like, I was pissed at President Trump for talking about a national 15-week ban during the debates. I don't want a national law on it. All a national law will do is erase my state's heartbeat law. It'll erase all the progress made in states like mine. Fight it on the state level because, as we discussed last week, when we fight on the state level, we win. 29 states with constitutional carry. A number of states, Arkansas, Georgia, Florida, I think Texas is on there now, Iowa, with expansive school rights legislation that we've been fighting for years. We're making it up on the tranny madness at the state level. We need to stop turning to the federal government to push our agenda, period.
Well, that's just it. It was never designed to be what it is today. And I have spent the last month and a half extensively on the afternoon show going through how in the last 115 years they basically took America apart, put it back together, and we are not the country we used to be, and we need to fix the shit, and we need to fix it now. Because nobody was really paying attention when we suddenly had a progressive income tax, when they formed the Federal Reserve and then wrapped it in a flag to make it sound like it was a government agency. They then short-term decoupled us from gold and then long-term decoupled us from gold, which gave them the ability to print money like crazy instead of actually having to come to us when they had a pet project. In between the ability to print money and the taxation, they can now do what they want when they want, and we have little say in it anymore. We used to have direct veto power of the purse with the fact that if they had a pet project, they had to tell us to buy bonds if we wanted to support it. They don't have to do that anymore. Now they sell bonds to other countries to help float our debt because that's all they can do with them, and it's just insane the things that have changed in this country in just a little over 100 years, and it's even crazier the things that have gone completely off the rails from the time that you and I were in school versus today. I mean, I don't even recognize our education system today. I never thought I would live in a country where they have a paid agitator on staff at UCLA that is forcing people to repeat the chants of free Palestine, and if they don't cooperate, then they can be marked down for noncompliance. I mean, I get it. It's California, but still, I just, it's just like so much of America isn't even America anymore. I mean, hell, we've already been talking about Dearborn. Now everybody's favorite up-jumped barback, known as the occasional Cortex, her entire district looks like it's slowly falling into third world status. You've got Jake from State Farm giving the California howdy as he walks out from California because they're not going to do insurance there anymore for most folks because of all the wildfires. Because, you can't actually rake your forest or it would kill some freaking little newt or some shit. Everything is upside down. Because everything is wrapped in feelings now. And I don't know how we fix that. Anyway, mini rant over.
Yeah. Well, so we're about to see one corner of Twitter go apeshit.
What did I miss?
Supposedly, Ron DeSantis told donors at a private weekend meeting that he plans to fundraise for Trump, as he should.
Oh, yeah, that actually came out earlier today. I actually was going to talk about it this afternoon and then forgot. But, yeah, I mean, he should be, though.
As a DeSantis supporter, I applaud it. And all of the DeSantis Forever people in my followers and mentions, y'all are going to remember this in 28 about as much as you remember Donald Trump saying that Ted Cruz's father was going to, or was part of the JFK assassination plot and calling his wife ugly. And then Ted Cruz fundraised for Trump and stumped for him in 2020. Politics is a blood sport. Get over it. Go look at some of what our founding fathers did to one another when they were running for president.
Dude, it used to be so much worse than it is now. But
it used to be so much worse than it is now.
But
so yeah, Trump bought back the blood sport. Do I love it? No. Do I care? No, because job one is getting Joe Biden out of office. That's just job one. We have to do that.
Well, I mean, let's just be real. Job one is getting Obama out of the basement, who is actually running the White House right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, job one is winning in November. Period. End of story.
I don't even know.
I seriously hope, supposedly Marco Rubio is on the short list. To me, that would be a serious choice. That would show me Donald Trump is serious about winning because he's trying to win back a segment of the party that Rubio represents. It would be a better choice than Nikki Haley. Rubio is at least right on the border at this point. But it would be a unity ticket in my mind. That would be 100% better than him picking somebody in Camp MAGA, because MAGA is going to vote for him anyway. He needs to expand his voters, not just play to the ones who are going to vote for him no matter what.
So, unless I'm confused, wouldn't that require Rubio to change residency?
I don't think so.
He's from, unless I'm missing something, he's from Florida, isn't he? Or am I completely sleep deprived?
Yeah, I don't. That's never really that. People are split on that question. All Donald Trump has to do is change his mailing address back to Trump Tower in New York. I mean, not living there hasn't prevented them from prosecuting him. So.
Well, no, I get that part. I'm just saying one of them would have to technically change residency for that to work, because that's the same thing they went through with Bush Cheney.
Dick Cheney changed his to Wyoming. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, that particular constitutional thought is not particularly well spelled out, and it's never really been tested. So I don't know. And I don't know that I care. I'm just saying I need a serious vice presidential candidate that adds to the pool, doesn't just reinforce the pool he already has. And that's Vivek Ramaswamy, Kristi Noem. I mean, all of those people are just MAGA stars that I can't even figure out why. But no, he needs a serious vice president that represents.
No, I completely agree.
That represents somebody who can support his policies, but at the same time is popular with another part of the party.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. I didn't know which one of them would be willing to change their actual technical residency. All right, so we've got probably just about enough time for one more quick hit, and this is something that came across my feed today that I just really feel like I have to address. It actually posted yesterday, but I didn't see it till today. So this is from someone named Roger Hallam, who basically put out a meme, and then above the meme says, you either stop eating meat to stop society from collapsing, or you stop eating meat because society has collapsed. Either way, your days of eating meat are coming to an end. To which I replied earlier today, we were eating meat when we were small tribes of hunter-gatherers, you dim-bulb fuckstick. Because that's all I got for that. Because it's stupid. Meat's not going anywhere. And
no, it's not. Because we're not going to kill all the mammals, and if they stop letting us eat beef and pork and chicken, we're just going to start killing other mammals. There's a lot of them. So
I don't know.
Rabbit's pretty good. Venison is great. Antelope's wonderful. You can fish. You can do whatever. Like, what are we going to do? Kill all the animals?
I mean, in the words of my man Barbecue, if they make me stop eating beef, that puts Democrat on the menu. I'm just saying.
Whatever. I mean, people are just so stupid. And if you listen to people who are serious on this topic and serious conservationists, they are all questioning the climate bullshit at this point. Look at Michael Schellenberger.
Oh, don't even get me started on the climate bullshit. Did you see what they did? I think it was a week ago. One of these little fucking groups is trying to cloud seed to make clouds more reflective so we get less sunlight.
Yeah. Can we stop that? Does everybody forget what happened when Mount St. Helen erupted? You fucksticks.
I was just like, it is our own hubris that is going to wind up collapsing the very society that we're supposed to.
On the west fucking coast. Do whatever you want to do over there, fucksticks. This is all Bill Gates. He's an asshole. Nothing ever made Elon Musk love him more than when he tweeted the picture of fat movie Bill Gates and said, "This guy wants to tell you what to eat."
Oh, see, this is why I don't ever tell anybody what they should eat. I'm aware that I'm fat. Luckily, I'm less fat than I was 6 months ago.
It was so simple yet so effective. I'm like, you are so autistic, and I love you. Yeah.
Oh. It's amazing. It's
you know what my favorite clip of the week was?
Which one?
Yeah, the past 7 days. It was one of the presidents of one of the African nations going on BBC, and apparently they just found a shit ton of oil or natural gas, and the BBC guy is like, well, how are you going to feel if you just take advantage of this and, fuck up the climate for everyone else? He's like, wait a minute. We have a forest larger than Scotland and England put together that we have maintained forever, that you suck the oxygen out of and you don't even know it. Do we get anything for that? We have this. We have kept all our biodiversity while your biodiversity goes down. We know how to take care of ourselves. Do we get credit for doing any of this? Of course we don't. He said, if you think all you nations that went through the Industrial Revolution and fucked up the earth for everybody else are going to tell us what to do, you got another thing coming. And I truly think it's the legitimate African presidents who are trying to lift their countries out of poverty, and the African priests that are going to save the world.
Probably. If anybody saves the world, it'll probably
be. But was it Glenn Beck or somebody on the Blaze just interviewed a wonderful woman from Senegal, I think, and she's funding industry in Africa and bringing back native industries and modernizing them and helping people, raising people up through capitalism. And man, she is just being attacked and attacked and attacked. They just want to keep that continent poor so they can experiment on them. And they're finally, people there are rising up. They see what's going on and they're like, hell no, our people deserve this too. And I fucking love it.
All I'm going to say about that with my final thought before we start closing is I saw a quote the other day that kind of resonated with me in ways that I didn't expect it to. And it's simply this. We have never actually tried either pure capitalism or pure communism. However, capitalism, even in its most broken form, can elevate people from one class to the next. Communism never can. And that was probably one of the best things that I've seen put out on social media forever, to the point where even saying it right now, I'm kind of getting a little goosebumpy. I'm not even going to lie.
Well, I know, but then that's what, one of my biggest criticisms of Joe Biden is he keeps talking about how the middle class built the nation. The classes in America, we're not Europe. You are not born into a class and remain in that class for your entire life. That would be very rare.
This is true.
Like, there's more class mobility in this nation than any other nation that has ever existed, even now when they've tried to end it.
And they are trying really, really hard to end it.
They are trying really, really hard to end it.
Yeah. Now they're trying to put everybody in boxes, and I'm just kind of laughing. All right, anyway, we are pretty much out of time, so why don't you remind folks where it is that they can find you?
Well, apparently you can find me today fighting with everybody on the right and the left, because I think, like, a 15-week ban would not be a big deal, and, like, it's not going to happen anyway, and I'm going to vote for Trump, even though he said it goes to the states, and he doesn't like heartbeat bills. And nobody likes me. Nobody on the right or the left. It's amazing.
This is not true. I love you.
I love you back.
All right. Well, you can find me on most social media platforms at RowdyRick73. You can find me here in just a minute pushing buttons for the conservative curmudgeon, followed by the ladies of the red wine. And then if I'm still awake and conscious enough, hanging out with Rick and Orty for your closing act. Tomorrow and Friday,
I want to be Rick on Rick and Orty.
If you want to come back and hang out with us, you're welcome to.
But Orty would have to okay that.
I produce. I can okay. He wouldn't care. He'd probably actually enjoy the fact that somebody else wants to hang out.
I want to talk to Orty about the recipe for pineapple pizza grilled cheese.
This is why you want to torment Orty. Okay. All right, well, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon and Friday afternoon doing the Rick Robinson Show, 3 to 5, and then tomorrow night, Jen and Rick, we actually have back-to-back guests, so the show may be a little bit longer than average. Got some folks from Taxpayer Protection Association, I think is what they call themselves. I don't have the notes in front of me. But they're coming to hang out with us tomorrow night, and then Friday, what the hell? He said, she said. That's the one I'm looking for. Should be back. And I think Aggie's guest will be gone by then. And then Saturday is hopefully going to be Juxtaposition, I think, if I'm not getting confused. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Sorry, I got sick this weekend, and I'm still only about 80%, which is why this has been a struggle today. But we got to go, because G's already pinged me and is waiting for me to change over. So we will see you guys back in a minute, right here live on KLRN Radio. F5 in about 3.